This is Sunshine.
This is E.
All right, what's going on?
We are about to listen to Jada Pinkett Smith tells Will why she cheated and had an affair with August. How you pronounce his last name?
Alcina?
Alcina.
I think Alcina, yeah. We'll make sure you get that pronunciation right. August Alcina. So, yeah, younger dude, a lot younger than her, but we'll get into that. She'll probably get into that, so.
Let's get started.
All right.
And before we do,
okay,
hit that like button right there. Follow us along if you don't mind.
Okay.
It kind of looks like that.
Yeah, it's right there. Just boop.
Yeah.
All
right. Thanks.
Situation that I considered private.
You just feel like it ain't really nobody's business.
Yeah.
But now Black Twitter has claimed it as their business.
But
I think you need to say clearly what happened.
As far as what?
You and I decided we were going to take our space, and what happened?
Yeah, and then I got into an entanglement with August. That's what I said.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship?
Yes, it was a relationship. Absolutely. I was in a lot of pain, and I was very broken. Now, in the process of that relationship, I definitely realized that you can't find happiness outside of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And luckily enough, you and I were also going through a process of healing in a much different manner. I would definitely say we did everything that we could to get away from each other, only to realize that that wasn't possible.
So what happened, Jada?
Okay, so let's start with, I guess about 4.5 years ago.
Yeah.
I think it was about 4 years ago. Started a friendship with August. And we actually became really, really good friends. And it all started with him just needing some help. Me wanting to help his health, his mental state.
Because for me, that was the thing when Aug first came around, he was really sick.
He was really sick, yeah.
And the outpouring for him from our family was initially about his health.
Yeah. And I mean, we found all those different resources, to help pull him through. And from there, you and I were going through a very difficult time.
Yeah.
And we decided...
I was done with your ass.
Yeah, you kicked me to the curb.
I was done with you.
Yeah.
Marriages have that, though. Marriages have that.
Yeah, we broke up.
We decided that we were going to separate for a period of time, and you go figure out how to make yourself happy, and I'll figure out how to make myself happy.
Well, at that particular point in time, it was indefinite.
Yeah, I really felt like we could be over.
We were over.
And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, I think from there, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement with August.
Launched into an interaction with August. What do you feel like you were looking for?
I just wanted to feel good. It had been so long since I felt good. And it was really a joy to just help heal somebody.
Yeah.
I think that has a lot to do with my codependency, which is another thing that I had to learn to break in this cycle. Just that idea of needing to fix and being drawn to people that need help, whether it's your health or whether it's your addictions. There's something about that childhood trauma that feels as though it can be fixed through fixing people versus fixing me.
Yeah.
And I think that whole process with Og really showed me that and taught me that. And I'm really grateful for that lesson.
Because I wasn't sure I was ever going to speak to you again.
I know.
Yeah, like the fact that I'm speaking to you again is a miracle.
I would agree.
No, but it ain't for the weak at heart. There's just certain things that you have to go through, and it's like...
And I wish, I wish that wasn't the case. I do. I wish that wasn't the case.
I sure wish it could be all magic and miracles.
Yeah. You got to go through some to get the answers.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just happy because I definitely believe that you and we never, ever, ever thought that we would make it back.
Yeah, there's a real power in just knowing somebody's riding with you no matter what.
Yeah.
And you really can't know that
until you go
through some stuff, I don't want to go through this no more.
Yeah, no, I don't either.
Yeah. I'm going to get you back first, and then...
You're going to get me back. I think you got me back. I think we're good on that, okay?
Okay, that's probably true.
And I don't think it's about getting anybody back.
No, for me it is.
Okay. I'll give you that petty if that's what you want. But, I will definitely say it's just part of it.
Yeah.
If you expect to be with somebody for a lifetime.
25 years and counting.
We ride together.
We die together.
Bad marriage for life.
That's terrible.
It's the truth.
It's the truth.
But yeah, it's just part of the journey.
I told you the first year we were married.
What'd you tell me?
That I can love you through anything.
And I didn't believe you.
Yeah.
If somebody looked through a crystal ball and said this, and this is gonna happen, I'd be like, no way.
Yeah. You thought I was that I didn't have the girth that it was gonna take to ride with you through.
Yeah. I didn't know if you would be willing to find the deep capacity to love me.
Yeah. How am I doing?
You're doing great.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah. You're awesome. It's a situation.
Wow. First, let me start and say, I don't know. There are issues in every marriage. I get that. But there are some things that are just, I don't know. There were stories about the two of them along the way about relationships. Right. So it's hard unless you know in their situation what is what. But to me, Jada's making emphasis on I was broken and I was trying to fix someone else. And sometimes if you're broken and you know you're broken, I don't know how you can move forward and to fix someone else when you haven't even fixed yourself. Right. That to me is a difficult thing to get into. I don't know. I wouldn't know how to start to heal you, but I don't know. It's just kind of...
When it comes to that, I understand your point, but the thing is, when it comes to fixing, like you saying, fixing it, if you're already broken, how can you do that? People always have something to offer. So I think in her, even if she felt broken, she felt that she did have something to offer him. So I think that's where it started. And so, like you said, there was some talk about their relationship. People always were talking that they had an open relationship. And so when you look on this, you might say, if that was the case, what's the big deal? If that's what y'all had, if that's what is it that the guy's coming out and talking about it and maybe not putting the right spin on it, so you have to dress it up. But the way it made it seem here is that it really wasn't an open relationship. They was taking this break, and this happened, and she didn't feel like necessarily that she was doing anything wrong or it would be a detriment to their relationship, because she's saying they pretty much, it was done. So if they never got back together, then this probably wouldn't be an issue. So I just think is the way, if you've seen the interview, if any of you all seen the interview of how the guy August was coming out, telling about, it was almost a little cocky the way he was saying, and I think that's what made them push to come out and kind of somewhat, I guess, set the story straight. But one thing that people can get from it doesn't really matter. I mean, we all know in Hollywood that there's a lot of ups and downs. I think sometimes we try to hold on to some couples that have been doing it for a long time. We try to, it's like, okay, it can be done. And but I seem like the most successful Hollywood relationship is when one of them is in and one of them not. That seems to be the one that really kind of stand the test of time, because if you got two popular people, they're getting it from both ends, from so it might be a little tougher, and you would think that people that have money can find some way financially to figure out the problem, but this sometimes doesn't come down to money.
Some things can't be fixed, though. I mean, I have to give. Now I don't know what Will's done to her, but when you make that comment, I'm gonna get you back. So now we're gonna go tick for tack. I don't know. This kind of like
I think that was humor to get to, but I could see some hurt in his eyes. It, to me, it appeared that he might have laughed, but I think he was hurt about it.
You could tell the hurt in his face, because I looked, and I go back to the Fresh Prince show, where his father came in his life,
right?
And then his father came out, and when she was talking initially, and she was saying, I don't remember what it was, and he did that. And when his father was telling me he was leaving, I saw that same look in his face and emotion, and
but see, that's the thing, because I don't know if he was really, because like if this guy had never did the interview and people speculated on what happened, I don't know if they would have done this, because
maybe not.
It wouldn't push them to. It's like people can just speculate,
right?
So I think once they did, I think it was a hurt for him, especially that if they never got together, it might not have been an issue at all. But because they got back together, I think that they felt they had to come out and kind of set it somewhat straight, so it didn't necessarily look like the guy made it appear to be. The August guy made it appear to be when. So I think that's why they want to set the record straight. It wasn't like the way he made it seem like he was with her, and Will gave his blessings. Like, okay, it's fine. You can, that's fine. It's like it's okay. Almost as they were still somewhat together, but not together. But I'm giving you permission. That's the way he made it seem. And I think they had to set the record straight. It was like, no, we were apart. She had the ability or the right, if she wanted to do that in that time and space, but now we're back together. Don't mix the two. So that's if you go back. So if anybody haven't seen the interview, just look it up. You can see it. He gave the interview. It's not a long part. I don't know if the interview was long, but that particular part when he talks about that, it's not long. Few maybe under a minute really. Then you can get the gist of what he's saying and why they may come out and try to set the record straight. So you but
I don't know when together, not together. I don't know because to me they're still married.
Right.
There is no giving.
That's what I'm saying. When you this is just my little advice. If you're especially if you're in a long relationship, man, try to do every possible thing, resort and exhaust all opportunities. Then make that split decision, because if you don't and you get back there, you gotta consistently deal with that issue. So that'd just be my advice, But I'm just, if you're in a long relationship, if you're in a relationship that's not long, it's not had a lot of time invested, maybe no children invested, then you can make that split, go your separate ways, and everything will probably be fine. But when they're tied with a long relationship and children, it gets a little bit more difficult to just have these things happen. But they seem like strong people in there.
Yeah, they do, and I do agree with with the fact that hey, we together, live together, die together, that kind of thing. We rolling through this. That's what you're supposed to do when you have other circumstances. This was a little deeper, but a lot deeper. I'm sorry, but I give them that.
Right.
That they are willing to still work through it, and we're gonna make it through it.
Now that's our thought. See what your thought is. Y'all can comment below. Let us know what you think about it and this couple and what happened. So until then, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and I do believe that's it.
And thanks again for listening to Sunshine and E.